Hey, what's going on, internet? Josh Noel from SonduckOne. So today we have a 40-3 gameplay on Aquarium, and my strategy on Aquarium is usually just to run this rush, on TDM where I'm going right now, and then turn the corner and see if I can pick off any enemies here. But I start off the game with a death, and never a good way to start a game. But right there, there was I got distracted with I think it was a trip mine, and then I was one shot, which wasn't fair to me. So that's not a good way to start the game. There's really no way to avoid that if you're going to be rushing to start the game. Sometimes there's a trip mine and you'll be one shot. So that's exactly what happened. But you know what? I'm gonna continue with my strategy. And usually what I like to do if I didn't die was to come in the center of the map and clear them out of the top, which I just ran through right now. And and then since I'm like in this area, one thing I like to do is kind of rush around in the center of the map here and kind of predict where they'll be coming, so I'll have the advantage of cover or pop in the corner and being able to pick up an enemy that's running towards the center here. So honestly, I think if you can hold down the center of the map on Aquarium, pretty much on I mean, not all game modes, but most of them, you can have a huge advantage over the game if you can hold the center down on this map, and especially on TDM. I mean, usually this is where the most action will take place, definitely in the center of the map, and you'll be able to quickly move around on the outskirts of the map if you can rush inside the map and then go to another route or something like that. So holding down the center of the map on Aquarium is extremely useful, and as you can see, I'm picking up some easy kills without getting shot at, because I have the element of surprise because I'm turning the corners as enemies are coming around the corner as well. So they're not really expecting me because they haven't seen me, and here I kind of rush out to kind of give myself some some room to work with, and because the enemies weren't exactly coming in. So one thing I do on TDM, if there's not a lot going on, sometimes is I'll change up my strategy to go outside. But here I saw that enemy. I didn't see that enemy when I was playing, but when I watched the gameplay, I was able to see that enemy in the corner of my screen. And sometimes when you take things a little too fast, you make mistakes like that by not seeing the entire field or the entire area around you where enemies could be. And I died right away from that, or I died from that because I didn't see him. So I got to be more aware and stick to a very particular strategy, because I really wasn't used to that area. And right here I get double teamed. I was able to get one kill, but double teams in this game can be hard to pull off sometimes. And I think that was pretty much a fair kill on that part. But you got to be able to take into account for those sort of things. But you know what? I was 9-3, and I decided to punch things up. I got a nade kill and a single kill, and now, boom, I just pulled up 2 kills on the top, and, pulled up 5 kills in literally in 10 seconds, and now I'm beasting. So I have so much momentum here, and, I went ahead and popped the combat focus, and basically you have to be, I think when I started using combat focus, the one thing that I used to do a lot was once I did it, I wanted to get a lot of kills, because I get double points basically. And with combat focus, I think you need to be more disciplined, because you don't want to run out in the open when you still haven't got all your score streaks yet and you popped out combat focus, because when you die with combat focus and you're just one kill away from one of your big score streaks, it can be a huge momentum killer. So I could have run out, probably got my wraps right away, but I decided to not run out and keep my score streaks within range of a few kills. And right there I got my wraith, and now I'm less than 2 kills away from my wraps, because I could have risked it and got the wraps, but I could have died. So one thing you want to keep in mind when you do pop combat focus, if you're a combat focus player, is you want to be disciplined. And now that I have my my wraps because of my wraith in that 1 kill, so able to just play it smart. And I've already died my 3 times, so the rest of the game is just me taking care of the other team, and taking things slowly. I'm not forcing anything. I died 3 times to start the game. I died pretty quickly, but now I know that I should take this game just a little bit slower. Now I'm getting out of the center of the map, because I know I've already gotten a ton of kills in the center of the map, and now I'm going to kind of go ahead and start taking care of the the outsides of the map, and staying a little bit unpredictable, but not taking things too fast, not moving around a lot, just going back and forth from the center of the map to the outside, just so I can do a patrol, and then able to quickly go to where enemies are spawning to the center of the map and just get into position. So you know, especially at this point when I have wraps, you know, usually when you call wraps in, the game dramatically slows down as far as, you know, one-to-one action, because, you know, a lot of the enemies are, you know, hiding, or they're on top of things because they don't want to die from the wraps. So you really have to start hunting for enemies with your gun if you're gonna do that sort of thing. And, you know, obviously now I'm playing in, you know, on the back of the map here, and, you know, I'm picking up a few kills, and I popped the combat focus again, but, you know, it doesn't really matter, the game's almost over. But basically, you know, one thing you gotta be careful of, because I usually in most cases I die when I call wraps in, because you know, I start looking for enemies, and you know, you're not used to, you know, when, like, right now I'm not really finding anybody, so when I do find someone, it's like, oh my gosh, there's somebody I have to kill. So you basically, it is sometimes harder to kill people when you have wraps. You know, you're more likely to die because you hardly run into enemies. So you want to take things a little bit slower. You don't want to rush too much. And I think I killed that guy who was AFK. I wasn't sure if he was AFK or not, but hey, you know what? He was in front of me. He died. But, you know, I'm just sticking to a very particular strategy here. You know, I like this tunnel, you know, but this time I was like, okay, the enemies are up north here, so I'm not going to worry about going through that tunnel. Take things slow, save my teammate here. The game's almost over. Let's not risk anything. And, you know, help my teammate there take care of that trip mine. He went underwater, it looks like. But, you know, I mean, we're 2 points away. Why would I risk, you know, dying again? There's no point. Don't need to force it. You know, the game is dramatically over. And, you know, I'll just continue with my strategy, flanking towards the center of the map. And, you know, got the last kill. Could have got 2 kills there, but you know what? The game ended 40-3 gameplay. I think it was a great game for sure. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. You know, helps me out tremendously. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing for more Black Ops 3 videos and tutorials on how to get better. Actually, they're not tutorials, they're tips. So confusing for me because I have my Sonduck Film channel. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.